All right, hello everybody. Welcome to my fall, call it my Thanksgiving tour. I'm so happy that everybody's back, and I want to thank everybody who came to the meet and greet. I met so many people. So today when I'm doing the tour, not only am I here with Ann, I just feel like I'm with you all again. So hello. So today one of the topics that I want to talk about is decorating. Everyone's always asking me, how do you decorate so nice? How do you know how things come together? So I wrote some things down and I really thought about it, but I got my notes like Alice, so I don't forget. So the first thing I want to talk about today is my hutch. This is the first thing that I decorated this year, and it came out completely different than what my vision was. I first started, I wanted to go with big displays. So I took my giant tobacco basket that used to be in my mudroom behind my couch. I took it down, got a ladder, went up, and then I said, well, what is so big that I can fit in there? So I went with bigger pumpkins or a squash to fill it, and then I went with the cotton ball wreath to pop off that tobacco basket. But here was the problem. I picked up these dishes, which I was just explaining to Ann, at like a Salvation Army. I fell in love with them, and then I threw this little white squirrel on top to complete it. So now I thought I was going with a farmhouse hutch. And as I started putting the plates in and the squirrel, it didn't feel right to me. So does everything come together for me easy? No, I had to strip it all out. What I do is I step back, I look at it again, and I say, what matches the color? So then I start pulling things together. I knew, and I'm going to talk about things that are new to me this year, things that I've purchased through the year that have never been in the house before. So my pumpkin pie plate's new, and everyone knows I love Redware. You're going to see my Redware. I'm kind of saving it for last. But I started pulling the colors in with that, and then I just started blending things together. But the first thing that's very important to me is the secret to my decorating, and I don't usually ever tell anybody. So I'm telling you, and it might not work for everybody, but this is what works for me. I call it the magic. My magic happens at night. I usually decorate when everyone is in bed watching TV, Tim's up doing bookkeeping, I'm all alone. No one's gonna bug me, bother me. That's the key, because you need to focus on what you're working with, whatever creation. So this was my first creation. So you've got to be in the right state of mind. If you're worrying about what bill you have to pay, the grandkids, what your agenda is, work, it's not coming out. So sometimes I have to say, it's got to wait because I'm frustrated with it. So that's the first thing, the right state of mind. First of all, I love drown out noise. I always have to have some background music. Right now, I'm in love with piano Christmas music. No words, just a little bit of music in the back. So even doing a video right now with no music, it's weird. And everyone comes into Bumpkins says, you always have music on. If there's no music, you'll see me. I'm like flipping out. Where's the music? Right now we have 4 music players going in Bumpkins in 4 different locations. So this is my Prim hutch is what I'm calling it. I did my Alice collection here. I found 2 at Walker Homestead. So these are my Walker Homestead finds, first of all. That one, and I should have had it ready. Could be this one, but I found 2. So I was very happy to find 2 that was affordable. I kept the price. This one was $48, and I think this one could have been $38, which isn't bad. It says $48. They were running from like $96 to $109 a piece. So for me, I thought that was very affordable. This one's kind of got like the hay on it. And so anyway, I ended up doing some butter presses with it and then a black wax turkey to bring in my Thanksgiving theme. And a lot of customers will ask me, well, you already had your open house this weekend. When do you change over for Christmas? And I said, I'll cheat. The kitchen's gonna stay Thanksgiving, the dining room's gonna stay Thanksgiving, and then I become a creeper. Well, what's a creeper? Lainey, what is a creeper? I start creeping into the bathrooms, the hallways, my bedrooms, and then I'm gonna do one Christmas tree plain. So after we're done eating, we might go for a walk, play outside, throw the kids outside for a little bit. We're gonna come back and decorate one tree. So I don't go crazy, but I want a feeling of it too, because I've already been decorating for Christmas 2 months ago at Bumpkins. So I kind of get itchy and go, when is it my turn? So, all right, so we'll keep going. So I'll let Ann show you. I've just kind of had the Pilgrim girl over here and corn, bringing in some dried corns. Of course, my spoon collection. I can never get enough spoons. I have parted with some. And then when we jump over here, I'm gonna point out a couple other things that are new to me, but I'll let Ann do that for a minute. And I was talking to Bonnie, who did our cooking at the meet and greet and did the video with your hearth. And I said to her, well, I don't know, will everyone want to see my house again? She goes, well, first of all, Ann's viewers, she gets new viewers all the time, so people haven't met you, or they're going to be very exciting, and you always have new things. So for the first time watchers, oh, this is a speaker that Ann gave me, by the way. And I'm continuing my tradition now because one of the gentlemen who I met at your meet and greet said, are you the girl who does the outfit changes during the videos? So hi, Paul. My shout out to Paul, and I'm gonna do 5 outfit changes. This is my 3rd, so everybody needs to keep up, okay? So I'm Lainey, by the way, if it's your first time, and I own a store called Country Bumpkins, and we're here in New England and Massachusetts. Okay. So, went with a bigger prop again. I'm into big this year. So I took my bananas box that was up on that blue hutch. I brought it down and I added in some nice bowls, the burnt orange for fall, and then the mustard. And then I went with just the black to break it up in the middle. And then I collected all my bowls, because I didn't want to be a bowl hoarder. And then I threw them all together, which I saw in a Judy Condon book. People will just kind of collect them. This is a first for me. I've never done this. So I just stacked them all together and then just threw a little wax pumpkin in there. So I kind of like that. I'm trying to do different things that I've never done before. I just got a new crock. Absolutely love the crock. My favorite numbers are 3 and 9. And I've never seen a crock like this. It's got 333. Which is, it costs it equals 9. And Tim found that for me on a live auction. And I think it cost him more to ship it to me than it did to buy it. But I love it, and it'll stay with me forever now. So I'm trying to research it. I looked on eBay, but I can't find it. But when I get extra time, that's something I'll do. Then I was into jugs, and I was into the dried corn. And a lot of my jugs, I don't have the right corks for them. So I don't know if anybody's ever talked about this, but you can just use the dry cords and create, and you have your own cork. So I've done that for a few of them. And I think they look cute together. So that's that. I've kept out my dried pomegranates, and a couple are stone year round. And I had some greenery, that'll go right into Christmas. But for me, that's been year-round. I threw in a turkey, and I just added some fall rings. And a friend of mine who does all the dried pomegranates, she's going to be live. She has them in the store, and we're going to show them on the live feed Thursday at Bumpkins. And this, well, these Crocs just came in from the live auction from Virginia with the 333 Crocs. So these are new to me. These three, I actually absorbed 15 from that estate sale, and I'll decide what I'm going to keep and what I'll sell at Bumpkins. So for now, I wanted that because it's new. This is a new, let me put my sheet notes under there. This is my new firkin. I got it with you at Walker Homestead. So I took my birthday money, and I fell in love with it. It's heavy. It's got to be at least 5 to 7 pounds. It's the heaviest firkin I've ever seen, and I call this attic finish, meaning it's never been painted, but it's in beautiful mint condition. It's so funny because the lady who I was buying it from said, are you going to put it in a bag? I go, oh, I don't have a bag, but I'll just carry it to the car. Oh, no, like you can't go without a bag. I'll get you one. I'll find you one. I go, are you sure you want to sell this? She goes, yeah, I gotta sell it. Like they love things so much that they don't want to part with them. So I promised her I'm going to keep it in good condition. And look I put it on display as my mantelpiece for today's video right there, so I can think of it and have a good memory of us being at Walker. Of course, we have Xander. Oh, he's actually waking up to say hello. He sleeps a lot now. He's going to be 14, and he's been in Primitive Place magazine, and he was just in the photo shoot to be in Judy Condon's book. So he sleeps a lot, but he's quite famous. So we're going to go back to decorating, and remember when I say I pick a piece or a theme? So one of the last videos we did in June, I was screaming because the bell went off and the dogs were barking and we all were yelling. Well, the Redware came in from Washington State, and there was a couple beautiful pieces that I fell in love with right away, and they were yellow and black. I've never seen Redware like that before, and it just matched the front of this cabinet so well. So I just kind of knew right away, you got the black cabinet, the yellow frame, and this was a window from my grandfather's chicken coop. So I had the cabinet built for this. I'm just in love with these plates. And then I just went and added plain yellowware here with a bit of cream. And then this one was very busy. This came from Washington too. And then at the bottom, I just added some coverlets, some old coverlets. But I pulled one in that has the mustards. And a lot of people say, well, it's easy if you have a lot of product to play with. I guess they're right. If you don't have as much, it is harder. But it's taken me a long time to collect everything. But yes, owning the store has definitely helped. All right, so we'll jump to the foyer. You let me know, Ann, if you got questions or...
Good. Yeah, I don't get picked up on the mic anymore because you have the mic, so
All
I'm
right.
just letting you talk.
All right, so Anne's letting me talk because I have the mic today, so this is something different that we're trying. So again, we're in the foyer. We had showed this before. This was my first piece that I found at Walker Homestead, but the second piece is up in my bedroom, so I'm very excited to show that today. I do have a couple pieces of redware in there, but we're not going to get into that too much. Today what I want to talk about is my last live feed at Country Bumpkins. We talked about a man who created figurines, and his name's B.F. Hoffman, sorry. The village came in with his figurines, and I parted with the figurines, but I fell in love with all the houses, and they're just amazing, and they fit up on my shelf so well, and I was going to sell them at the live Christmas this Thursday, and I'm debating whether to sell them or not because the phone calls that came in said, you don't know how lucky you are to get a collection. Like, you can't get his pieces at all. He has what's called box reveals, and people are there just grabbing out of the box. How did you get all the houses? Well, someone obviously knew him or lived close to a shop and had some connection and was able to get this whole collection. By the way, this is my new little basket, and that came from a store that you do. It's Woodstock Country Shop, and I went for their 10th year anniversary. And if they're watching, hello. And this, I change it out, but I really thought it looked cute here. And I just kept the greens, and it has a hint of brown. And so anyway, it'll be unknown if I'm going to part with those at the live sale Shop with Ann at Country Bumpkins. And people are asking me what's my favorite one. I think right now it's the candle shop because the red house maybe, some of the tin roof on it. This man is just amazing. But you know me, I change a lot. So will I keep them forever? I'm not sure. Some things I know right away, but I love how they fit perfect up there on my shelf. And if you were lucky enough to get a B. Hoffman, I hope that you're enjoying it. So I think I'll let you do the foyer for a second, and I'll meet you in the dining room. Okay. big reveal for my new Redware collection, and as everyone knows, it can take a very long time to collect pieces of Redware. How I have obtained so many at once, I feel very, very lucky. I just was in the right place at the right time. I did a bidding auction out in Washington State, and when the box came in, I started screaming like it was Christmas. I was just ecstatic, so I'm gonna show you some of the pieces that came in. I didn't write down, I should have, like Alice, which company makes what, but it doesn't really matter to me too much because I just love them for what they are. Now, when I first took everything out, everything looked busy to me. I go, oh, I love so many, but how am I gonna display them with so many busy colors? So what I did is I took some of them and I mixed them with yellowware, like the yellowware mug, and then I threw like the mustard candle up in the holder. And then I mixed in some lesser, I guess, not as bright tones or busy tones with the littler plates. I love the fork and the knife because it's in the dining room. And then when we get over here, you're going to see how I really mixed in with my yellowware to tone it down because it was a little busy for me. I did the batter bowls and then mixed in the old yellowware platter. And then this one's not as old. I got this at an estate sale, but it's yellowware, but it looks like brownware. Mm-hmm. And so if you think about it, I have redware, yellowware, and some brownware. And I can't believe how nice it mixes all together. And it's quite a collection for me. And I'll probably eat Thanksgiving in this room just to be with all the yellowware, I mean the redware plates. And then I love the Cape. And sometimes when I go in the shops or in the homes in the Cape, they always had like blue plates in the windows. I said, well, why couldn't I do redware in the windows? So this is new for me, this theme, and I've tried that today. So I think I did 3, yeah, all 3. Then I just added the big bowls again. I'll probably clear this for the desserts at Thanksgiving. I mean, I don't want it to feel like it's, completely Sturbridge Village. But to me, it's homey. And then I did a couple more big platters up here. I feel like there's not as much now, but this is a lot. People are like, yeah, I know they're yelling at me going, yeah, Lainey, this is a lot because it's not cheap to get these. So I keep looking at estate sales, auctions, and I did sell some. I sold some at our last live. It must have been the fall. And I think everything sold so far. But I do have some Christmas ones coming in, some small square Christmas. There'll be some stuff there at the live. So again, some bigger platters. And then, and I have to do a shout out to a nice lady came down. Her name's Jolie. And she brought her family with her. And it was her anniversary. I think it was her 25th anniversary. And saying yes. It's so weird that you don't talk to me during this. All right, I'll keep going. Anyway, she came down and she knew I was into baskets. So she brought me a cute little basket and I said to her, I'm going to put my salt and pepper in it and throw it on the table for Thanksgiving. So here it is, Jolie. Thank you for that. I'm loving it. And then 2 other yellowware plates had come in and they're more spring or everyday. So I said, you know what, let's just throw them on the table for now because I wanted to show everybody what came in the box. So I've just kind of put them there for display for now. And of course, at this time of the year, I become very thoughtful and I reflect back of the year. And this year has been crazy for me with the condos, learning a lot of new things and things that I didn't know how to do. And I'm just butting my head against the wall going, I should have known that, or how do I learn that? It's been a lot of new things thrown at me, and then dealing with the store and the condos and my house. We were just talking about this before we went live, and now that I've overcome some obstacles and I'm still doing things that I said I was going to achieve, I feel good, and I feel thankful for all the people who've gotten me where I am, because I feel like a lot of times I help people or I want to do good deeds, but it's very hard for me to ask for help, or I feel like if someone helps me, I owe them. And sometimes it's just hard for me to say thank you and not repay it. So I'm growing and I'm learning in different ways this year. So I'm very thankful this year again for you and Tom for giving me this opportunity to go on your feed and your YouTube, and for meeting people, like people coming to see me and going, I drove from New York or New Jersey to come and meet you. I'm like, I just can't, it won't soak in yet. It doesn't feel real to me that somebody would want to come and meet me. So I just want to say thank you to everybody and to you again. I'm not going to cry. So dry sink, I just threw my gourds in with the old pump, and I'm in love with this lamp. It broke, and I used the theme that Bonnie taught me, go back to the toolbox and don't give up on it, because we thought we were going to throw it away, and we tried fixing it, and Tim got a little electrocuted. So I brought it down to my electrician, and I said, I really love this, and I know you don't usually do this, but he fixed it for me, and now it's back in the house, and I love it. So, and I did another light. I'm going to show you over here. And I did this myself with Tim. I'm very proud. We took down a square lighting, and it had a big hole up in the ceiling. So I said, what are we going to do? We got a big hole. So I went out and I found this, I think it's called a medallion. I forget, but we put it up there, and I found this light at an estate sale, and I really liked it. So just changing out a new light gives a new feeling of an area in a house just by changing the lighting out. So that's new to me. And then over here, everyone who's been talking to me too said, we love the story about the butcher block and how Tim went all the way to Long Island to get you that. And then when he brought it in, you said, oh my God, what am I doing with this? It's too big. Like, you cannot move this. You would need 2 to 3 men to move this. So doing a photo shoot for Judy Condon, so I'm asked to be in Judy Condon's fall 2024. I said, well, I'm going to change it. I can't move it, but I'm going to build up on it. So here we go. You get a piece, you get a theme going, and in this theme I wanted to build up height. So I brought in my old box that was in my mudroom, my cute little lantern, and then some new pieces to me. So I'm going to just show some new things. This is a new bucket. There is a name for this with the handle. I can't think of it right now. Someone told me. But I'm in love with the bucket. And then this tin, I looked it up, and they would use this for pressing for tobacco. So it's for labels, and it's really in mint condition. I did my research on this. Alice would be proud. And then, let's see. I get excited about everything. Sorry. This is some type of grater. And, oh, these are new. I've had these little hooks in my drawers for years, and I didn't think Tim wanted me to bang them in the walls. And one day he's like, he won't hear it. He won't care. And I said, but I don't understand how they work, because they're like on an angle. And they do work. They go in. So those two I've had for many years but never hung up. So I just kind of went across with each hook and put that there, and I think it looks good. I like it. And it says, I think it says 1858 on it. So that's really an old piece. So that was a good find for me. So that's new to me. I'm trying to think what else is a new to me. Of course, I've been doing all my butter scoops, and I have my little one in here from Diana and Paul, who I met at Meet and Greet. So they're right there for me for Thanksgiving. And that's my drink to celebrate today, because my open house just finished. And now I take a breather and get ready for my live feed. And my little squirrel. And I think that's about it for in here that's new. Oh, a new sign, Hay Rides. I love that. She's a lady who's working with me. Her name's Beth Brown. And I worked with her over 10 years ago. We met. She did signs for me, but then she was in like corporate world. She got very busy, and she kind of went off, and she couldn't do anything for me. And we fell apart for a while. And then one day I ran into her at the post office, shipping out something from your live feed. And I said, hey, are you crafting or doing those signs anymore? And she goes, I am. I got a new workshop. I'm retired now. So I'm very happy to bring somebody back into Bumpkins that I was acquainted with so long ago. And she's doing American flags to die for. The best American flags I've ever seen in this business in almost 20 years. So I'll show you those two at the feed. All right, and then we'll go in the mudroom. This is kind of messy, but I'll talk about that area after. There's always something that's always in the works. I call it a work in progress, you know. So in here, I got a new riser. So it's like an orange and it's painted wax. It's called comb wax. And I've never had one of those before. So you'll see how it's combed through. So I put that there and I just did a little centerpiece on it. And let me see, what else do I have that might be new? I took a lantern and I did another display with the ladder. I haven't done that very often. And then this was my spring find at Walker Homestead. They're just dried green beans. And they put them on a string, and I thought that was quite neat. My granddaughter thought they were a little creepy, but I don't. I kind of like them. They're earthy, and that's what it would be in the 1800s, drying out your vegetables. Mm-hmm. So, all right, so that's new to me. This is a little bowl that's going, it's a green, pure original paint that's going on your live feed Thursday, Shop With Us. I got to remember to take that in. And then I don't know what these are called, and Halloween's over, but I left it to show everybody. It's my first one, and your viewers might type in, but I guess way back, this is what they would take trick-or-treating with them. And they'd hand paint them, and now they're highly collectible. I only own this first one. It is a little creepy for me. It's a little scary, you know, but
I like it.
I like it, and I think it's a collectible, and I'll probably collect a few more if I can get my hands on them. I feel bad I don't know the name. Alice knows the name of those. She's like my teacher sometimes. We're all learning. It's a journey. And so that's new to me. And then this is called, I think it's a honey jar. And it had everything in it. I'm not short, tall as a sunflower. And it had drieds in it. And they just put the fabric on it with some cheesecloth. And I like that too. So I try to add new things here and there to switch it up. Back at Walker Homestead, I was able to come across this cute little red bucket. Love it, and I think it's going to be great for a Christmas tree. I've had several things in it, but now I have Christmas on my mind next after Thanksgiving, so that'll get a tree in it. And then I came across this old bucket that had the orange in it, and it says Riley's Rum and Butter Toffee. I love that. And another woman who came to the meet and greet, her name's Ingrid. She gifted me the plate because it's all cracked in the back, but you can't see it cracked up there. I said, I love it. Don't get rid of it. I'll take it. And she gave it to me, so I wanted it to be featured today. I did forget to take down my lighted pumpkin, but the grandkids like them, so I'm going to keep that. You know me with the kids. So, all right, so I'm going to show you something I'm working on right now. Maybe we'll get some before and afters after. Oh yeah, this was another big, I started with this for big centerpieces, but I was bringing them up high. This is an old copper pail. We had done this up last year, but I wanted everything up higher. Just if you have the same items, and Alice has talked about this before, just doing something creative with it. You have the same piece, but you're switching it in a different spot. I said, well, what can I do different? I'm like, let's bring everything up this year. So I took the biggest basket I had, and then I just did a little decoration inside. And I just threw my Mr. Fox in there. I think it's, I take it for granted, but now that I'm going through, there's like a lot. There's a lot of fall. Anne's just smiling, going, yes. I don't know about this. She's too quiet for me. All right, so I'm hoping to get the word right, but I think it's called a vignette. All right, she's saying yes, and I know Alice talks about little vignettes, so if Alice does it, I want to do it. So this is the rest of my redware that came in, and I'm not going to part with it this year. I'm absolutely in love. Out of all the plates and everything, these ornaments are my absolute favorites, and I don't know if it's because they're minis, but some look like little cookies, and I'm just absolutely in love. So I have my stool because it's up high, and I don't want the grandkids to touch it because it means so much to me. Maybe later on when they're bigger. But these two little pieces came too, and I didn't have time to pick out my my hooks, but these will go on the tree. Look, it looks like a little jug. And then this one's just in a little pot. So I'm in love with them. So I just started before you got here to do this, and this is very cluttered to me now. So things have to come out, and then I'll place them back in. I won't give up until I get it exactly the way I want it. I can always send a picture, or we can do a video or something. But when I went to Pennsylvania last time, I found this at the show, the cutest little typewriter, and they're just saying help, and it reminded me of Santa Claus, like saying help to his elves or something. So that's a keeper for this year, and I figured it could go right in there. But I wanted to show everybody that things don't come out perfect right away. To me, if this was our first video, you'd never see this. But now that I know a lot of the viewers, and I'm explaining how things, happen from getting to A to B, this is just a big clutter to me. It's like, oh my gosh. But I'm going to take it apart and retry again and again till it comes right. So, and then when I got the last shipment, and I got a lot of bells, but they're not the best quality. So I don't know if I'll take them apart and do something with it. So I just kind of threw them there for now. I hung my bittersweet sign because my condos are called Bittersweet Meadows. So when I come out of the bathroom, it reminds me of what I've tried to achieve so far. It's just a little reminder. And I'm creating a sign when you pull into the condominiums. It's going to be called Bittersweet. So in my mind, I've been developing what it's going to look like in the whole design of this antique old-fashioned sign. So that's helping me. Writing things down over and over helps you to bring something forward and make it happen. Okay? All right, I think that's it for here, but we're going to go up and see my bedroom because I did that for the Judy Condon book also. So this is a paper towel holder that did come in with the shipment. I didn't know how big it was actually going to be, but it's beautiful. It's got like a pair of doves on it with the heart I love, and it just pulls out your paper towels. I do have to wipe the top a lot because as you're pulling the paper towels into here, it gets like little dust on the top, but it's not a big deal. I just take it off and I wash it and put it back. I love the piece. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it already. You just need a decent spot to put it, but it blends in very nicely. Loving that piece. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this is another little vignette. So I did this to be sweet one night for Tim. He loves chickens, and he's got a chicken coop, and we've been through a lot this season with his chickens. We have one rooster left and one chicken. because he left a side door open and we have foxes. So I did like a little vignette of chicken things, and I found this old antique lamp that had a chicken shade. I did have a different bulb, but it burnt out. I just think it's a little dark right here, right now. But this is how we're talking about not everything's perfect. You can keep changing up. I did have something here, but I stole it from my bedroom. So I added a little chicken saver, just a little wood one. And then this is a chicken feeder, which I like the blue ball jar to match. And then just a chicken mold. This is actually kind of old, just a replica of a little chicken coop. And then I took my Easter eggs, which are all wool, handmade, and I had bought him this antique chicken basket, egg basket, for his birthday last year. So I added that. He doesn't say too much about it. He knows I switch up a lot, but I thought it was just something sweet that I am thinking, and that just because I don't love chickens all the time doesn't mean I can't love chicken decor. So, and his office goes through here, so he sees it when he comes out. So, but I'll let you do that, and I'll jump into my room. All right, last room of the day, last outfit change of the day. So you know how I said when I'm thinking of a theme, this whole bedroom started with these curtains. I've had these curtains maybe 15, 20 years. I bought them at my prior house. I was a teenager or maybe just turning young 20s, and they were very expensive at the time at a curtain outlet. And I said, you know what, I don't care, I'm gonna buy them. Sometimes if you invest a little bit of money, you get something longer, you get what you pay for. So they had a gold in them. They all have different leaves, and they had gold. So I said, I wanna pull my bed to match these curtains. And everyone's like, you are out of your mind, Lainey, you're crazy. So I went and I found, I love velvet. If anybody knows anything about me, I have about 6 or 7 different velvet dresses. Black, blue, I have mustard right now for Thanksgiving, but I found a velvet, not a coverlet, but help me. So it's very soft, it's comfy, it's cozy. So then I just took my Prim pillowcases. I don't actually sleep on these, they're just for show. And added that to keep it simple. And then I actually found this at Walker. Someone hand did it. It's a hook rug in the middle with wool, little petals. And I fell in love with that. But I wanted to feature the bed. Like I wanted to see the headboard of it. The bed is so nice. Sometimes I overlook that and I forget. And what else is different is I shifted the whole room around. My bed for the last 4 videos has been against that wall. So I said, what can I do to shake this room up? So Tim came home, he goes, what are you doing? I go, don't worry about it. So I put the bed under this old board, and I brought some lanterns in it, and these are both old lanterns. I never worry about them falling on me at night. They're up there pretty good. And then I just threw the end tables. I'm not big on matching end tables. I like what I like, and that's how it is. And then after we do that, I'm going to show you one of my favorite new pieces.
Where did you get this?
It was either TJ's or Marshall's.
Really?
Yep.
I need.
Yeah, I think it was $39.95, and then I just brought my wool blanket in. I don't sleep under wool, but it looks nice on the foot. And we'll talk about a couple more pieces in here after. This is a new piece to me. I saved a lot of money to get this piece. This was at Walker Homestead. I will tell you her name in her store. I just forgot right now.
Nancy Breyer.
Yes, Nancy Breyer. Love her. I love the piece. It's called a tombstone cabinet, which I didn't know. But I guess the cutout in it it's the shape of a tombstone. So I thought that was pretty neat. I learned that after. This is new to me, for me. I picked that up during the year at an estate sale. And again, this was new at Walker, all hand done. And they took a big old stem from a real pumpkin. I'm in love with that. This I had where the chickens were, but I took it to put it in here for my golden pumpkin. Kind of reminded me of Charlie Brown, like the great pumpkin, but this is the golden pumpkin. And then I just did something very simple up on the wall to tone things down with the herb brushes. And we do sell those. I don't know if I'm out of them yet at Bumpkins, but they've been a big hit with people, especially the broom for the fall season.
I want one.
Okay. Well, we can take them down too. We'll make sure you get one.
Okay.
And then we'll come back to the Angel House chair, because the Angel House has been, I can talk about it now. The Angel House chair has been very special to me, but it's getting worn. And Xander, who's been in all the books, Xander's really my dog. When Tim got deployed twice, he stayed with me, and he's getting older, and this is where he sleeps. Sometimes he gets mad and the whole cushion comes off, and I said it's getting worn, but the Angel House will leave when Xander leaves me. So even when, we love Prim and antiques, but I'm a little different when clothing gets worn or blankets. But we've just had the talk, what do I do with the chair? And our answer is nothing. That this is Xander's house too, and this is his bed, and that's what we're gonna do. So I'm constantly rolling it and taking care of it, but the Angel House will stay with me for now. And then I just threw up a big picture. And this is my bureau. Tim gets his own bureaus in another room. This is my room, so my pajamas and whatever. And I'm very simple with my my jewelry here. And then this is a story. I've had this piece for a very long time. I don't know if I've actually ever talked about it. And I love this scarf too, because if you don't have a fall outfit, I could just throw on a black shirt and put the scarf on, and we're good to go. And you could always match your pocketbook to it. When I went to auction, this is a body form, but this is a body form that would be used in Ralph Lauren's photo shoots. And somebody was there that day at the auction, and I overheard when I went to see it that they were there to buy it for Ralph Lauren to use down in a Hampton, I can't think of it's a high-end island. Why can't I think of it? It's off Long Island. The Hamptons. They were going to do a photo shoot in the Hamptons with this. I go, oh no, I'm here to buy this. Like, they're going to take it from me. Like, they got all kinds of money. Well, I ended up spending like $400 way back then. And I got home and I got in a world of trouble for spending that kind of money. Well, you know what? I've had it for 15 years. I still love it. And Ralph Lauren didn't get it. I got it. Country Bumpkins got it. And I've used it in the store before. But I change it up, and Bex used it in her room, but I was just happy that I got it and they didn't. So I like that story. I finally got something. I've been very blessed with everything, but this is my room. I hope everybody likes it. And I hope that everybody, and this is my last outfit change, kind of toned it, except the shoes. I had different shoes, just don't get the shoes in. But I hope everybody can join us at the shop live on Thursday night. Alice will be there, me, Ann, and Mel is going to join in a little later in the evening, but she is coming. And we have a lot of nice things. And I wanted to thank everybody and hope everyone has a great Thanksgiving. And I'm sending a hug right now to everybody. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Lainey.
All right. So I forgot when we were talking about the chicken decor upstairs that I wanted to do a shout out to a customer of mine. His name's Andy. And we were talking that he likes chicken decor. I thought because he had chickens. He said, no, I just love chicken decor. So I want to do that shout out to Andy. Hi.